What is going on? I'm Quincy Avery here with the one and or only Jordan Love. J Love, what's up, brother?
Q, what up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm cooling. I've been watching your tape. I think that you've been playing like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Not only with your ability to like push the ball down the field, but also get to check downs. What like encourages your aggressive mentality?
Man, I mean, I feel like just for me personally, I'm always trying to throw it deep. Like I want to put that pressure on the defense at all times. And like it's almost like you got to fight yourself sometimes. Be like, hey. At times, just find the check down. Like just find the completion, play it safe. But I think there's just I got a confidence in my ability to try and make every throw. And sometimes you feel like you can fit the ball into certain windows, and then there's sometimes where you got to learn from mistakes, where it's like, hey, that's pushing it a little bit. So it's just always kind of finding that balance. But I'm always trying to be aggressive, push the ball down the field.
Yeah, I mean, 7.8 yards of completion, 5 touchdowns to every interception. I think that's elite. So we're gonna get into some tape. I just want you to kind of let me know what you're thinking. When you
Hmm.
come to the line of scrimmage, I think you did some really good stuff this week as we were talking about push the ball down the field. Um, and we'll hop into it. You can see the play?
Yep.
All right, perfect. You are second and 10. Like, just let me know what you're thinking when you walk to the line of scrimmage on a play like this.
Trying to think what play we got called right here.
I'll run it one time and then we'll come back and we'll watch it
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Okay, yep.
Well, hold. I fucked that up. But yeah, you can talk to me about this one. We got four
Yep.
plays
No,
now.
I see it. Um, yeah, so I mean, first off, like you said, coming up the line of scrimmage right here, handling some of the motions and things pre-snap, but pretty much we got uh an across the board read. You know what I mean? We got the stool route up top with Rome. And then we got our knife concept down here with the through route, the Dover.
Hmm.
And then we got our check down with the kind of lead blocker form. So it's just really, kind of yes, no up top to that, and then just progressing across. And I made a protection adjustment at first because I felt like, looking at it when the safety rolled down, we had so many guys over here to the left side where I flippered it. And after I did that, I snapped the ball and we're actually hot from my right side now. So I made myself hot. And right then I knew like 5-man pressure, I got that through route coming across the middle right there and just try to get it up without a hitch.
Yeah, so when you talk about this Will coming, right? So he's bringing
Hmm.
pressure. He doesn't look like you have high. Is that not like a sight adjust outside? You're just thinking, hey, I'm gonna get to my through route who's coming this way?
Yeah, so I mean, we should be getting like a double bump from the guard right there to try and take some of that steam off.
Hmm.
So we don't get that, but the through route really is. I mean, that's my best hot. The route we got up top isn't a good hot route. Versus that look he's getting with the press, he's got to kind of go over the top. So that through route right across the middle is my best hot, or just take the check down right here.
Yeah, I was thinking about the escort, but made it work. All right, I'm gonna hop into it. The next play.
Yeah, I already know what this one is. So yeah, coming up the line of scrimmage, we wanted to jump the count right here, get up, snap it quick. So these ones you really don't get a chance to really take a full kind of look at the defense and dissect it. So it's kind of everything's happening on the move. But we got a three-level throw right here. We got our go ball on the outside with Christian, and then we got kind of a deep crossing concept with the R2 with the tight end and with Rome. And yeah, if you get man coverage, that's kind of a big alert to that deep throw over the top when that backside corner attaches to the high cross right here, safety low. So it all happened pretty quick. I just felt the backside running and a huge, kind of hole in that backside with the safety kind of overplaying it on the top. And this one of those throws, I felt like I honestly just put it a little too much. I wish looking back on it, I would have flattened him to make it an easier catch for him. But when it came out, I thought it was perfect, and I seen him adjust right there to go over the top. And I don't know what they were doing. That should have been a catch, man. I ain't gonna say too much on it. That's a
I
catch.
thought that it was a catch. Like, I mean, they
They
called it a
called it
catch
a catch
originally.
and then they overturned it and said the ball hit the ground. I'm like, come on. But yeah, we just get man coverage right here on this. Matchy.
Yeah, I just was so interested. You got Musgrave now. You don't have Kraft anymore, banged up. But when you get that one-on-one tight end versus that free safety right there in that like match situation, because it's something like, hey, I'm gonna just take my shot. Like I just trust my guys.
Definitely. You're alerting your matchups at all times versus man. And, coming to this game, I knew, getting anybody on their safeties, I like that matchup. I think the DB down here, I think it was 26. He's a 6'4" lengthy DB who can run. And so him on a crossing route. And then, like you said, I get to the top of my drop. I feel the man coverage. I feel no deep element on that backside half. And, I want to take that shot on the backside.
Now this is the one, like I'm seeing this. So this like nickel, I don't know, because I saw a zero check. Like I'm seeing you zero check it,
Hmm.
but this nickel's outside of number three, and
Hmm.
you're already like starting to get in communication with your guys.
Hmm.
How are you seeing these things so early where you can make zero checks in these situations to put yourself in this situation?
Yeah, this is a situation where, like you mentioned during the week, we've seen this look many times on film where they can show this alignment with kind of that 8 up look, everybody up on the line of scrimmage. They can either bring it or they can drop out. And this is always the tricky part I feel like in the NFL is trying to just decipher some of this stuff. And, 3rd and 10, kind of a gotta have it situation in the red zone. You kind of anticipate sometimes they're gonna try and heat you up. And I broke the huddle and immediately I felt like they were trying to get to it. The free safety on his backside has he's rolling over, cheating a little bit. They're trying to disguise with the nickel, kind of acting like
Hmm.
he's bluffing.
He started playing
Um,
with it a little bit.
yeah,
Pause.
playing. Oh, there you go. But yeah, no. So I immediately came up when I saw it. Came up, made the protection adjustment to be able to pick this up. And I think coming into the week we had a great plan for some of the stuff they're doing. So got to the protection adjustment. We actually had the concept we had on was attack, which is just 3 level stop routes,
Hmm.
10-yard stops from
Oh, so
everybody.
we're all supposed to be here.
We're all stopping. Yeah, Chris is supposed to be on the seam stop, and he's the one I alerted to get on the seam. So I signaled him the seam route because I knew if they all out us, like it's another matchup that I just like. Christian on a safety trying to roll down from over the top, and we got all that room. Like I said, if this DB doesn't bail out on the backside, we got all this room on that backside hash.
Yeah, your ability to do this though is what I'm always blown away by. I know I've like spoke with you about it before. Like this ability to like kind of drift in the pocket and make these throws. I
Hmm.
think that's a unique talent that nobody else has. Where did you pick that up? Or like how did you start like getting into that like vibe?
Man, it's unique for sure. I think some of it, a lot of the stuff I mean that the way I kind of play too is from watching A-Rod do some things, but bro, I think some of it too is just playing. Like, I know that all out's coming. I'm anticipating that they're gonna have an extra hitter if they add on. And
Hmm.
obviously they didn't right here. But I'm not looking at the rush. So I'm anticipating there's gonna be somebody hitting me. And I feel like I'm just kind of naturally drifting by myself time. Um, and obviously, I didn't really need to right there. I could have sat there and just stepped in it. We had it blocked up perfect. But at the same time, I just don't know. My eyes are up. I'm trying to see the routes now. I know it's all out. I know they're coming. So something that just naturally happens, but I can't tell you where it comes from, how it started. I think it's just watching people kind of playing my own backyard ball at that point and knowing I got the ability to be able to make that throw. No, they allow me to play, and that's where I feel like you play your best is when you ain't overthinking stuff. That obviously you want the technique and the fundamentals to be a certain way, but when you just get to go out there and play, you're not thinking about that stuff. We can correct that stuff in the film room later, and try and clean it up. But I just got to go out there and play.
It's so funny. I think about the first start you ever had, and I forget who it was who just kept heating
The
you up.
Chiefs, the Chiefs,
Chiefs, and they
yeah,
kept
yeah.
heating you up. They kept
Hmm.
heating you up. And you guys didn't really have those zero answers like
Hmm.
that towards type of playing that you guys have
Hmm.
now. Do you feel like it's because of who you are? Like you've just shown the coach like I can handle more?
Bro, definitely. I think for me in my career, that game was like honestly something that I needed early on to be able to see that. Like going to a game, think you have, kind of a plan if they all out you and they just keep bringing it and you can't pick it up. And it's like, bro, if you can't find a way to answer, they gonna keep bringing it. And yeah, that game taught me a lot. And that was a goal for mine. Like that next offseason was, bro, I'm gonna figure out how to pick some of this stuff up, how to make the different protection adjustments because at that time they did. I'm not trying to say handcuff me, but it was like, hey, this is kind of the one adjustment that'll pick it up or
Hmm.
give you enough time. Just use that. Here's the check you should get to, or you could throw a quick screen or something. Just live in that world. And then I was like, bro, I need to take it the next step. How A-Rod would have all these different plans for it, and that's something I definitely took upon myself to try and learn, get better at. And you got to find ways to beat the pressure because I learned if you beat it, you beat it one time, you probably won't see it again.
Yeah, the things that you do pressure wise is it's like 40%. Like you get more yards when people bring pressure. You haven't
Mhm.
thrown interceptions when they're bringing pressure this year. So it calms the defense down. Like they got to
Yeah.
chill. They can't bring pressure in the same way. I'm gonna get to this last play because this is a coverage that is fucking quarterbacks up at a high rate, right?
Mhm.
Non-traditional Tampa, them not seeing it, or whoever's playing this Tampa look, the middle guy. I just thought this was really cool because when I saw it, I'm like, guys aren't throwing explosive touchdowns when they see this. Like, what is the first thing you're seeing to like denote, like, all right, I'm not in cover three?
Bro, there's a lot of things. I think the biggest thing is the strong safety, like how deep he is, how he's on the numbers to start. Like that's a
Mm-hmm.
big giveaway that something's up. The nickel obviously is inside. They're trying to present some type of disguise as they might be blitzing, might be bluffing again. So this one we actually checked to another protection adjustment, try and pick it up just in
Mm-hmm.
case. And they actually end up, dropping out of it. But first is this play we got a high cross coming from number three. We got what's supposed to be like a pylon, like a corner post almost from number two. And then we got the Dover, the big end breaker from number one. But yeah, I mean, we got two alerts is what we call it. The high cross and the corner post is really alert. The Dover is
Mm-hmm.
really our number one read down to the check down. And right here, uh I felt this backside safety pushing, and
Mm-hmm.
I also felt him not getting deep enough at the top of my drop. So that's why my eyes kind of just locked on to Bo running that corner post. And the other part of it is this backside corner. I'm looking at Jay Reed on that high cross, and I know he's not getting depth. Like he's not taking over the top. Because if he would have, I would have just thrown the high cross. You know what I mean? If he's clearing out. So I'm just really just reading that area, and I felt that big void. And obviously, I felt like I got to this one a little too late. Like, they get into these disguised coverages. You're trying to confirm it a second too long, and just trying to make sure you're not missing anybody. But I think I got this one a little bit too late, and gave the DB kind of a chance to get back into the play. But yeah, I mean, I think too with this kind of non-traditional Tampa two, our defense does this all the time, like, and they do it at a pretty high level, taking away some of these deeper concepts where we see this stuff all the time, and I really don't think this is like I think Jalen Johnson should be going deeper. Somebody should be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a half
So.
player, but when you guys get that flat control with that tight end, I think it just kind
It
of
makes it
holds.
hard for him. Yeah, it makes it
Yeah,
hard for him.
it's
Which
just really
that's why I
good
like this
concepts.
concept. I love that concept. It's a beater for a lot of different coverages.
Yeah,
It's
you get a
hard.
lot of answers. But the only thing I just didn't see you peak here. I mean, peak to this cornerback outside. Is that just something you do like peripheral? Because your head never turns in
Goes
order to catch
backside.
him. Yeah,
No,
I
it's
never
just
saw
it's
you
just
look here.
it's just all I feel it because I'm looking. I'm like I said, I'm looking at Jay Reed right here coming across, and I feel him not getting deep. And then
Hmm.
you see when I set up, I peeked that backside because I felt that area, but I had to confirm it with being able to throw a ball across. You could feel it kind of in this second.
Oh, I see
Like
it.
right here. That's
Yep.
why I'm taking so long because I see Bo winning, but I don't know for sure. So that's just why I felt it took a little too long.
Perfect. I mean, that makes a ton of sense. I think it makes more sense, or people have a better idea of why you're playing so well. There was a lot of checkdowns I wanted to see, like, hey, how'd you get there so quick? Like you confirm and get to your checkdowns really well. But I just think you're playing football at such a high level. I wanted to be able to talk to you about some of the things you're doing, some of the things you're looking at that have allowed you to be, dominating this league.
Man, hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man.
For sure. Appreciate you.